You know, the great book, The Old Dark House, there's been numerous adaptations over the year, but for a lot of people, the one that stands out was the great William Castle, who joined up with Hammer to make the 1963 version. Now, this comedy horror film is based on Benighted, the 28th novel by J.B. Priestley, produced by Castle and Hines, and starring, of all people, Tom Poston of Newhart and Burke and Mindy film, excuse me. Co-starring Robert Morley, Jeanette Scott, and Joyce Grenfell. Cinematography by Arthur Grant, edited by James Needs, and again, music by Benjamin Frankel. Now, William Castle Productions and Hammer Films put this together. It was only released in the UK in 1966, but got its debut Halloween Eve 1963 in the States. Why was it delayed 3 years in England? I never know. Now, the film is based on the 27th novel by J.B. Priestley, originally published under that name, Benighted, and a new screenplay was written by Robert Dillon. The opening title art was legendary. It was drawn by macabre cartoonist Charles Adams, whose signature is painted by Harry Hand. Now, in this one, Tom Pendrell, American car salesman in London, delivers a car to an old mansion on Dartmoor for his eccentric roommate, Casper Femme. The car is damaged by a falling statue in a raging storm. Tom enters the house and finds that his roommate, Casper, is dead. Tom is invited to stay at the house by members of Casper's family, including his twin brother, Jasper, his cousins, and a demure young Cicely and his seductive Morgana, and his uncle, Potiphar, who has been building an ark in anticipation of another great flood, thus the comedy. Each of the relatives are required to return to the dilapidated mansion before midnight each evening or forfeit his share of the family fortune. During the night, one of the Femme family dies every hour. First, Agatha, Casper's mother, is discovered with her knitting needle stuck in her neck. Very good scene. Casper's twin brother, Jasper, is the next victim, followed by Roderick, the head of the family. Now, Tom eventually stumbles upon the fact that the killer is a woman, and he suspects Morgana, but discovers that Cecily is guilty just before she confesses, explaining that she wanted the entire family estate. Cecily runs from the house, and Tom discovers that she's placed time bombs in all the clocks in the house. Racing against time, he frankly defuses each of the bombs. With moments to spare, he hurls the last bomb out of the window, and it explodes at Cecily's feet, and a very cool ending to a very cool movie. Now, distributed by Columbia, the remake, again, has not been as well received by modern critics as the original film. Craig Butler of the film database AllMovie wrote the 63 film that when compared with the James Whale original upon which it's based, this remake of The Old Dark House is pretty sorry stuff. Hallowell's Film and Video Guide 2000 describes the film as a travesty which has nothing to do with the 32 film. It possesses no merit on its own. The cast is left floundering. Well, I mean, it's not a James Whale movie, just a trifle. Now, Hammer Story, the authorized history of Hammer Films, call it one of the oddest pictures Hammer Film Productions ever made, but strangely endearing. That sums it up for me. Now, in the U.S., the film was originally released by Sony on anamorphic 185 aspect ratio DVD, with the only extra being the original trailer. It was later paired on disc with Mr. Sardonicus and included in 2 separate William Castle box sets. The original disc was later issued as a DVR burn-on-demand release from Sony Choice Collection. The film has also been released on DVD in Spain, retitled La Vaja Casa Oscura, both separately and as part of the William Castle box set. Now, our good friend, again, John Walco, did this. Now, according to his research, I'm quoting what he sent to us, he said, I enjoyed the blend of comedy, mystery, suspense, touches of horror, comedy, and twist near the end. This version, again, was directed by the great William Castle. Now, according to John's memory and research, there are 3 different versions of this Hammer film. To my knowledge, you can only get it in Blu-ray and a box set for United Kingdom. Again, I know this movie gets some bad reviews, but it's a movie I enjoy watching very much. Like I said, eye the beholder. But anything with Tom Poston, he's kind of the poor man's Don Knotts, and kind of half and half serious, half comedy. But ladies and gentlemen, this used to be shown an awful lot on the late night in Canada, but the problem is I think the Hammer rights have expired for our territory. So ladies and gentlemen, it's the latest of our John Walco podcast on the Hammer Films. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.